welcome to my YouTube channel, Raise India, and this is the next episode for Today India Tech, which is a series in which I share the technology news happening in India. So here is the first news, which I found really interesting. So Narendra Modi, which is our Honorable Prime Minister, is going to pitch the Digital India campaign he's running into the Silicon Valley. As all you know, Silicon Valley is a place in California, USA, where lots of um, new companies, or also called startups, are uh, being run. Uh, so lots of famous companies, any name you take Google, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, um, I suppose WhatsApp also, or maybe not. I mean, lots of major US startup companies which you have heard, most of them have uh, either came from Silicon Valley or moved to Silicon Valley to grow themselves. Now, the Modi's move of pitching Digital India into Silicon Valley will benefit India in the ways because there are also some Indian citizens living in the Silicon Valley working for some US based companies. So maybe by this act of Modi pushing Digital India there, lots of people's mind uh, will change about India's current condition and India's about what they think of the future of India. And the second, how it will affect is the already existing companies which are only targeting either US market or Chinese market may also start thinking about targeting with their services or platforms towards Indian market as well. So this could bring in a lot of growth uh, if you see from India's perspective, and also for their business they will get a large marketplace, more audience, more customers. So they will be selling to more people here. So that means they'll be also earning some revenue. Now this is what is called a win-win situation, where uh, if two parties are getting in terms with each other and both get a part of pie, so both are winning in this scenario. So I really am looking forward to this event, which is going to happen sometime in around September. Uh, so basically, 1 year back, Modi had already visited New York, not the California region, but New York region. He had visited, and he was surrounded with a very large crowd, and lots of people praised him, and he became a sort of a celebrity in there. He also get up on stage with Hugh Jackman, who is a big Hollywood celebrity. You may know him from the Wolverine. He played the main character of Wolverine, and Hugh Jackman has also done a good job in Real Steel, and there are lots of his movies actually. Um, so and at that time when Modi was standing with Hugh Jackman, then eyes were only on Modi. I mean, it maybe was the first time that a huge Hollywood celebrity standing there and some Indian guy standing there, and my eyes are towards an Indian person. So Mr. Narendra Modi has really earned a very good personality in last few in last year, in within last year, I would say. Okay, so that is this very great news. Let's move on to next one, which is also great. So ISRO, which is Indian Space Research Organization, is going to have a commercial launch of its PSLV rocket, which is a launch vehicle. A launch vehicle is so I don't know how much you guys are familiar with rocket science. So in this rocket science, basically, uh, so there is a rocket and it has some payload which needs to be put at some point in the space. So this PSLV is basically a launch vehicle. It is basically a vehicle as per se. So if you take example um, of a truck. So truck is a vehicle and it has a payload. It has some payload with it. So you unload payload on the truck. Truck goes from its origin to a destination, and there the payload is offloaded from it. Now in this case, this space vehicles are always destroyed. So as like a truck, which can be reused, it can come back and you can again uh, unload another payload. This launch vehicles are always destroyed. So these are very costly to develop and very costly to operate as well. Now India has done already around 40 satellite launches since the year 1999. So basically, it has taken the payloads from other countries. Other countries wanted to have some satellite module installed into uh, some point of space. So they contacted this ISR agency and they had some deal that we will provide you our satellites and you just have to take them to their destination. So basically, this is happening again. ISRO is taking five more satellites from British, um, I guess it is British or UK satellites, five British or UK satellites to the space, which is really good because obviously this must be done on some business basis. So obviously, once the mission is succeeded, um, the ISRO must get some revenue out of it or some kind of a credit by the companies who are delivering this payload. So it's a very good news that India is also acting very good role in the sector of space as well, which is considered as a highly technological and highly complex and also highly costly sector in all over the world. So India is doing good in that also. So it's a great news. Then BSNL has launched its Wi-Fi facilities in Puri. Now there is a great festival season coming in the Puri. Puri is a pilgrimage state. Sorry, not state. Puri is a city which is in Orissa, and it is near the seashore. I have been there. It's a very good place. I guess I have my first ocean experience in Puri only. There are some childhood memories of me and my parents visiting Puri. So it's a totally pilgrimage place. It's not like a city place. There are lots of temples and temples in a row. And here the BSNL is launching their Wi-Fi facility, which if you think in a way is a sorry for that interruption. which if you see is a merging of in real sense the originality of India, the trueness of India, and the today's technological advancements. Both are being married here together. Both are being merged. So people who are going to visit pilgrimage city can also use Wi-Fi to be connected to upload the photographs which they take there, and maybe some wonderful moments could come out of this place. Some wonderful stories could come out. Maybe lots of foreign travelers would come to this place and experience some kind of a nirvana experience, and they would immediately tweet about it or Facebook share it and Instagram post it or whatever. So the whole world would see would would be able to feel the experience in real time. So which would be really bringing out the originality of Indian culture into the mix of the world, uh, which is very enlightening, I would say. Okay, so next we go on to Airtel is going to launch its 4G. Although 4G is not become mainstream yet, I where I am, wherever I'm staying, I'm still waiting for 4G to come to me, and it haven't come yet. But Airtel is launching 4G now in Northeast in next 2 to 3 months. So probably by 2 to 3 months, when Airtel will be launched with 4G in Northeast, wherever I'm living, maybe I'll also get 4G. So although my broadband is more than no, it's not more than the top speed of 4G, but anyways, it's more than enough for me. But yeah, 3G. So here is the thing. Although these telecom companies are moving to 4G, but are they even able to give us a consistent 3G service? That is a question from my side. If you are a telecom operator, just tell me this: before going to next step, cannot you utilize your resources and time and effort into fixing what is already there? So let's make the what we have best, and then we move on to add something to it. um, because although I really live in a one of the metro cities of India, but still I'm not able to get a consistent 3G network sometimes. So it's really sometimes it's really disappointing that in such a good place I'm living, and still I'm not able to get the proper connectivity. So yeah, it's good. You are moving on to 4G technology and, and all that, and maybe India's impression outside will improve. Like, okay, 4G is rolling out in India. Yeah, India is improving, but is still the 3G service which we have currently is usable? I don't know. Let's move on to next. That was a sort of a rant. Anyways, Railways is outlining some ways to improve its efficiency by use of IT and software and cloud and all those advanced technology stuff. For that, NASCOM again is heading this scheme, and they are making a 11-member advisory council for this one. So they will discuss about how we can improve using which technologies we can improve our the efficiency of railways. Now here's the thing about railway. It can be again a second rant from this video, but yesterday I was watching a movie. It's called The Burning Train. It was a really hit movie of that time. It had a very huge star cast in it of that time. It had Dharmender, Hema Malini, Jitendra, Neetu, uh, Vinod Khanna. It had Parveen Bobby. It had Um, but it was released in 1980. While I was watching that movie, one thing was really bugging me a lot. What was that thing? It was 1980, and the railway engines used to look exactly same as they are looking right now. I mean, I was really thinking, what the F? From 80 to 2015, it's been almost 35 years. And the railway engines and the basically our these trains, these are still looking exactly, uh, not pixels, but exactly to the atom by atom same. Uh, Although I enjoyed that movie, so it was dedicated towards Indian Railways courage and efficiency and all those stuff. So in that movie, it was story about they launched a super express, which was claimed to be one of the fastest trains in the whole Asia, of course after Japan. Although it was the same exact train, they were they were just uh, they were just claiming it was running because it was a design from one of the hero of Bollywood cinema. Anyways, so here is a rant. Like 35 years have been passed and there has been none change, uh, if at all, in our these lovely trains which carry us from Jammu Kashmir to Kanyakumari. So okay, here is a hint actually. Earlier, I used to live. Basically, I am from a north region, as you can understand from my accent. Now I have moved to the south region, and so I think I have done the journey in a train of 2.5 days. It is this is the time what it takes to cover around 2,000 kilometers. Basically, from a major city from north coming to major city south. So, I have spent quite a good time in trains. So I really respect our trains, our Indian Railways for giving us such a good service. Although it is not very fast, like it's compared to flight. Really, when first time I came by flight, I was really blown away. So in train, it takes me at least 2 days. In flight, it just takes me 2 hours. So now, whenever I want to go back, I just take most of the time I try to take flight because obviously it's such a time saver. Anyway, yeah, but 35 years have been passed, and our these trains are still looking exactly same. I mean, there could have been some change, some small change, like cars. I'm not saying that trains are so versatile as cars, but still 35 years here. If you see of the car scenario in India, in last 10 years, it has been changed so much. I'm not just talking about the body of a car. I'm talking about its engine. I'm talking about its performance. Like I don't know, from V6 to V8 now, and so train engines could have been altered a little bit. I mean, their body could have been made more aerodynamic at least, just maybe by fitting some extra plastic in front of their uh, uh, head, like a nose. So it would have been just okay. Here's the thing. So maybe that extra piece of plastic wouldn't have give any much power to engine, but could it have just increased its aerodynamics and could we had just gained at least 5 kilometers of speed if if it has a sort of a nose like Europlane has. made out of a plastic or probably aluminum. Just that small kind of a piece of element added in front of the train engine, could it had given it some aerodynamics and improve its 5 kilometers speed at least? Maybe, maybe. And would it had really costed to innovate such a thing, to implement such a thing? No. It is like a totally neglected segment of our economy, if you will. That these trains has been totally neglected from since the beginning. Although we are trying now, we are trying to just bring some fast running bullet train engines from Japan to India, from Germany to India, and all that. But we have metros in our metro cities. But still, I don't think that so much of neglection was uh, uh, was required in this. Anyways, so my rant is over. Okay, now this story is not related to India, but this is a sort of a eye opener, I would say. So it's a basically report. It's a study. This is not a real incident, but the study says if some kind of hack happens in the US power grid. So power grids basically from where all the electricity comes, it would incur a loss of $1 trillion. 1 trillion is 1,000 billion, I suppose, right? 1,000 billion. I guess 12 zeros. Uh, um, Maybe I'm not calculating it right now, but yeah, trillion from a country's economic perspective is a big chunk of money. So this is a sort of a scene. So this is a first world problem basically. So US is a first world economy, and because it is so much dependent on the power, from its health support to its transportation to its markets to its everything, is so much dependent on power. If some guy, some hacker from any part of the world is able to somehow, obviously there is a lot of security in there, but somehow if he is able to reach their switch which controls the power grid and he just turns it off, it would cost $1 trillion to US. Now when India will, uh, because India is also going in almost same direction. So India is also going to be very, already it is, but in near future it will be getting more and more dependent on the power. The efforts are already being made. Lots of new power stations are in construction or are already started. So some so right now right now this is a study about US. After some years, probably 5 or 10 years, this same kind of threat could also arise on India, right? Because India will be almost in a same uh, kind of a scenario where the US is right now. So if some hacker from anywhere, from some nearby country or from far, if he just turns off the switch of a power grid, uh, India would get a huge loss of $1 trillion. So so this is here is a importance. Why? So you can see now you can see why Indian government is putting so much effort. Like in my last video, if you have watched or previous to that, you must have heard me talking a lot that Telangana is raising cyber warriors and government is trying to put a lot of efforts into into this ethical hacking and cybercrime and all these things. So this is why they want to protect our country from this kind of attacks, right? Uh, because India right now is totally not prepared of any such kind of situation happening. India is maybe prepared for any neighboring country attacking on India using armed forces and navy and air force and all that. But this kind of attack, India is not really ready for it right now. So we have soldiers to fight on land, on air, on sea. We need soldiers to fight in cyberspace, in uh, in in digital. There used to be a cartoon called Superhuman Samurai, where some kids used to get connected to the, not a cartoon, sorry, it was a series, you know. So think yourself sort of a that only. Or take example of Matrix. I want you people to be inside the Matrix. Don't no, please don't think of me like a idiot. It was just a analogy, nothing more than that. Okay. So yeah, you can become a Neo and get inside the Matrix and fight, right? Okay. Now this is a so Bombay police has banned flying off drones from over the top of the city due to some some possible miss incidents could happen. Uh, they thought. But in this article, I read about a genius guy who was really a genius guy. So he was trying to take the photos of Bhabha Atomic Research. Basically, he was from some property website, and he was trying to take illegally the photographs of a Bhabha Atomic Research Center with the help of a drone. So this guy was basically trying to be a very smart ass, because I have got drone now. I would do whatever, and nobody could stop me. Don't do this. I mean, don't, because I know you are technologically very skilled. You are very advanced and all sort of things. You can pilot a drone, like it's a good thing, but don't use it for illegal activities, dude, because you are just destroying the reputation of drone itself, I would say. Don't use it for illegally spying on ladies or taking photographs of something which you should not. And I know you can do it, but you should not. It's illegal, right? So if you are not allowed to take photograph from your camera to go inside the building, you should not take its photograph either from drone, from helicopter, from anything. You should not. Now again, it's a common sense, but I don't know what. Uh, anyway, so here is example that how technology can be used in many ways. So you can use that same technology. Basically, drone can help in earthquake conditions. Like if there is a lot of earth, those building scatters is present on the way, and you are not able to see what's beyond this. If any people are outside there trying to get out of the earthquake scatters, you can use drone. You can fly a drone over top of that area and just survey out that area, that if any survivor is there who is looking for some help. That is totally fine, right? That you thought in out of a box situation, and you have found out a solution. But here you are just find out a way of doing something illegally. uh, don't do this, please. Railways launch ticketing app. Now, as you know, in Mumbai, local trains, lots of people travels in locals, which are basically unreserved category. So for that, you do not have to take any reservation. You just buy a ticket and you just travel on it like a bus. Now, railways has done a really good job of thinking about those people, catering to their needs, and they have uh, invented a new app which will allow these unreserved section of people, which are basically traveling in locals, uh, to to have their ticket booking done. So it is good actually. A lot of new things are change. A lot of things are changing very rapidly, and nothing major is being done to this. Like so, here is a very common thinking that a lot of people who are technology very sound, they understand the importance of an app. So they most of the time say, or at least think that I'll create an app which will solve this problem of this sector of society. So and some people joke about them that come into the real world, your app would do nothing and all this bullshit. But see, here is an example, just an app, and it could change a lot of people's life just by saving their time, probably just by not giving them so much headache of taking the getting the booking done for their local trains and all this. So if you are thinking about some apps and you have some ideas, don't get discouraged by these kinds of people who say that your app could do nothing. Your app can definitely do anything. If you have any idea, do sure work on it. Do sure try to bring it to the world and show out there that what you can do. Um, yeah. Now here's a good push in the same Digital India campaign that in Karnataka 5,807, almost 6,000 gram panchayats are connecting, are going to be connecting, or maybe already connected uh, through optical fibers, basically broadband internet access. So these panchayats could talk through among them. They could discuss maybe they could go on a forum, and all these gram panchayats are registered on same forum, and they can discuss about some common situation which like most of them are facing together. They can talk about it. They can resolve out some situation. Maybe some gram panchayat is lacking in some economic condition, and some other gram panchayat has some extra money which he wants to invest. So probably he can invest his money, its money to this gram panchayat, but to return its investment along with interest at a later stage. So lot of new opportunities could born out of these optical fiber connectivities. I know lots of people must be thinking that this is just some normal government bullshitting, that this will don't change anything. This has, see, what I'm saying is this has the potential to change. It may change, it may not change, but it is like you have the power. You can use it and you cannot use it. It's up to you, right? So there are lots of new opportunities coming out of it. Like I just said, some maybe a small rural guy can come up with the idea of developing an online platform where all these gram panchayats can register, and sort of a forum or anything, sort of a Facebook for gram panchayats, whatever. Like if you're listening to me, just yeah, it's a good idea. Why don't you work on it? These gram panchayats are going to be connected with internet in next couple of months, and obviously if you can give them some kind of a platform where they all can get sort of together and discuss about things, they will use it. Why don't they will use it? And you can also get some revenue, probably through AdWords or through marketing, digital marketing, and whatever. So yeah, So I just gave out an idea. I just work on it, dude. All right, so here it is. It is basically, yeah, I understand this. This video was mostly filled with ranting. Uh, I apologize if I was little harsh on uh, some of the situations here, but me being me, basically, I'm just a normal Indian guy who have some expectations uh, from our country, who like all of you, like sometimes you get happy about something, sometimes you get sad about something, sometimes you get angry about something. So me being me, basically. So um, yeah, you today saw my different face, but it's fine. We all have different faces. Uh, uh, so yeah, sometimes some face comes out, sometimes some face are hidden. So yeah, with that, uh, uh, I'll um, I'll see you next time. Thank you a lot. And then uh, if you like my videos which I'm doing, um, you can subscribe on YouTube, right? Like if you'll subscribe, you'll get the update whenever a new video I'll do. So I'm not saying you stop all your work and you just start seeing my video. Whenever at a later time you want it, because you liked my video, so there may be some reason you are watching it, right? So at a later time when you find time, you can watch again. So just subscribe on YouTube, and also I have launched my website, which is still undergoing, which is basically raiseindia.in, and which is still undergoing development. It is not ready yet. It's a very basic WordPress website. I do not have long big plans for it yet, just to have some blogs or some of my video notes posted here. And there are other things which I'm working on. I'll share with you guys soon. So yeah, so that's it. I have my Twitter channel also. I'm working on it. It's not uh, ready yet. I'm not ready to distribute out there publicly yet, but I'll do it soon. About Facebook page, I think Facebook is full of shit right now. Even if I get a page, uh, I so I think Twitter is, for me, Twitter is like a more legitimate option than Facebook. So right now I'm focusing more on being on Twitter rather than Facebook. So yeah, that's thanks for watching the video. Bye bye. Have a nice day.